It's a goal. Da, 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 da. Hi. It's a me. Good morning. It's the 26th of June, and it's super early in the morning, but we're playing some Dungeons and Dragons, session 25, which I need to edit that, but session 25, Odyssey of the Dragonlords. We had some fun last time, and hopefully have some more fun this week. It should be interesting because of where they are, where we left off. So since we're so far kind of into the game, I kind of think intros don't really need to do those too much because we have the same players as normal. But we can do a recap and then jump right into it. How about that?
Okay. Tell me if suddenly I dropped out because of the crappy internet here. So we start off on Tuesday, day 19. We, Corbin and Arcadia live in the blast furnace. Corbin finds coins, a very nice trident, 3 javelins, which he shares with Demetrius, and a rune tablet, which is the contract that keeps the Forge Keeper enslaved. She melts it, then rushes and relights the forge for us. She and Demetrius kind of mend things a little bit, although he's kind of taunting her that she's agreed not to hurt him, so they're now best friends, and she's like, yeah, right. But they find out that she didn't sign the contract willingly, and that the dwarves created the sphere, which trapped her there.
Okay.
We leave. Corbin closes the waterfall to hide the dock. We look down into the rope ladder and find that rope ladder on the way out leads to the dock. That's another way of getting there. Kyra met the Forge Keeper over drinks, Sambuca to be specific. Once Vulcan found out she could light the forge, he captured her. She tried to stop him, but he is her brother. Pythor needed weapons. He was the king. And it was 500 years ago, and there was a war going on. Let's see. So Demetrius blows the ivory horn that the centaurs gave us. Hukar and the other centaurs show up. Our reward is 3 vials of potion of heroism. Demetrius, Corbin, and Steve each take 1. Then a centaur whispers to Hukar, who answers, if you must, and his name is Folon. He challenges someone to a fight, a fist fight, and Demetrius steps up immediately. He's also, Demetrius is wounded and ends up getting beaten, but they have a good fight. And then Folon tells him he needs a rider, because he is a cursed centaur of the Scorpion tribe. They are doomed to transform into monstrous scorpions when they reach adulthood unless they bond with a rider and leave the island. Also, if the rider dies, which his rider dies, he has a 10-day in which to replace them, or he will transform into a scorpion. We find out that the island is in the Cerulean Sea. To the south looks like a big scorpion. We need to look for a black stone tower in the island's center and beware the Lotus Witch who cursed them. So Kyra becomes his rider. It's about 1 in the morning. We walk back to Estoria. We run into a hideous giant creature whose one-eyed face is on its belly, but we manage to stealth away and avoid a fight. Around dawn, as we approach Estoria, Arcadia noticed someone walking towards them, dressed similarly to her. It turns out it is Corinna, Theracles, the vineyard owner's daughter. Because Arcadia spoke to him, he is letting her follow her dream of becoming a traveling warrior. She is headstrong and is going to Mitros to train, but we convince her that she should not go by herself and she should go back to Astoria and find a large caravan so she doesn't get eaten by the giant with the face in its belly. When we get to the gates of Estoria, Steve asks for John. We don't see him there. We see a new guard. When he finds out it is Steve, he asks him not to hurt him. It's about 7 in the morning. Kyra is tired, so she leaves with Folon. We notice that the king's banners are out, indicating a celebration. Corbin finds out from a random peasant that a great lord from a distant land is coming to court her. We go to Vulcan's hall. We show him with the trident that we have relit the forge. He will leave at once. We give him the golden lion shield and the broken bronze shield, which would take 3 days to repair, and the axe of Xander, which will take a week. He tries to get away with charging us for us. Demetrius calls him out on it, and so those are the only things that are free to us. Everything else will require materials and gold. It's now that Demetrius realizes that the salamander who he had the spat with is essential to helping him with his epic path, and so he's going to need to make amends. We find out how much it will take for us to forge some of these weapons that the Oracle has prophesied. After we had a break, there was no sound, so I'm not sure what I missed. Kamos asked if Vulcan can make a robe of the Magi, and he said to ask his sister Valis, who is in Mitros. And he warns all of us that she does not have the patience he has, and she will not blink an eye if you insult her, and she will strike you down. By the way, if I remember correctly, Valis is the goddess of wisdom, and I don't know how many of us would actually know that. As we're leaving, Vulcan hands Steve the goggles he ordered. We decide to rest, then go to the Old Wood. And in the Angora, we run into Klaus, and Corbin asks him where the apothecary people went, which are Kit and Darius, and he tells them they went to Eregia, which is quite a far distance, and Corbin is going to hunt them down. We also find out that Darius is a great tattooist. Arcadia goes to the amphitheater and finds Atalanta training there. She sets up some targets, gets a lot of great training, asks her specifically, besides the basics, how to fire at long range and also to fire with things in the way. Then Atalanta pulls out a hand crossbow, lets Arcadia train with it, gives her lots of tips and pointers, and hands her a target with a goat on it. Gives her a regimented training schedule to stick with. Corbin tries busking in the Agora, doesn't do so well. Kamos shops for scrolls and gets an arcane lock and darkness. He loads his ring of spell storing with mage armor and magic missile. Corbin helps him. He tells him that the moth told him about a zone of truth spell, which Corbin pays for the scroll. Nicodemus tries to get the reward for the skulls, but no, the dwarves are at work. He stops by the Dragon's Tooth. Meanwhile, Demetrius, Nicodemus, and Corbin also, they go to the bathhouse. They run into the person who lent the cart, and he ran into Steve Ocius, and of course Steve Ocius did not want to reimburse him and threatened to take his toenails. And Demetrius says if Steve hurts them, that we will come to his aid and put Steve in prison if necessary. As the three of them head back to the palace, they run into a woman and two small children. They find out that John has been imprisoned and the woman and children have been thrown out of the military barracks. Demetrius goes to Pythor, who, by the way, looks a little better. He's wearing glasses instead of googles, and his hair and beard are kind of combed, and he is drinking coffee. Demetrius persuades him to take the women and the children in as servants, and so they will live in the servants' quarters and get their stuff back. And Corbin tells her to make sure everyone knows of Pythor's great mercy. Meanwhile, also Demetrius takes Pythor, asks for a private reception, and tells him that he's concerned about the Lord who is coming with the Druids of the Old Wood, because we know that Demetria is planning on an attack of Estoria, and she's been killing the Druids of the Old Wood. So we are going to attend the feast that evening that is welcoming the Lord, and we find out that his name is Lord Loothaven, and in the Engorgio verse, that is Volker's vampire father. And we find out that Honora is his mother in the future. Steve is scurrying down an alleyway gathering trash and toenails. He is accosted by two ruffians trying to collect for the cart, so he refuses to pay, gives them 30 silver instead of gold, and they go get guards. We take a long rest. And during it, we all experience the same dream and are afflicted with a long-term madness, except for Emetrius. Basically, this woman is saying that ignorance puts the mind at ease and will stop us from worrying, and it makes mortals happy. And it turns out that Corbin is blind for 60 hours, Arcadia is deaf for 100 hours, Nicodemus is unnaturally attached to Kyrus Pickle now. It's in his pocket for 90 hours. Camus has uncontrollable tics and disadvantage for 60 hours, and Steve is compelled to repeat a specific thing for 80 hours. But we also level up to 5. Demetrius thanks his horse, the stallion god, for protecting him. He gets rid of his scales with his new spell, Restoration. We find out that Nicodemus had that spell prepared forever. Arcadia hears a loud, angry goat over and over again. Steve cannot take his sunglasses off. Demetrius says as long as Corbin is blind, he can ride on his back. And when we wake up, we will go to the feast.
All right. Oops. All right.
Good job.
So,
Thank you.
huh?
I was just saying she did a great job. Thank you.
Oh, all right. So yes, we wake up. You could probably hear some palace shenanigans going on because it's like 5-6 o'clock at night, and you know there is a feast fixing to come. I guess
But I'm imagining, unless we've experienced this before, this is pretty. Well, Arcadia certainly doesn't hear this, and I wonder what Corbin, his reaction is when he wakes up and he can't see.
Yes, that was my next question.
Or you're a bunch of smashing around in the Corbin's room.
All right.
He stumbles out with his kilt on backwards, screaming, "I can't see!"
Demetrius, he gets up extra early, and he has a big smile across his face. And he's like, you hear the theme song, "It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, I feel good." And he goes, he walks along the street, and normally when he bumps into people, he like throws them over and he grunts at them. This time he bumps into someone and he like grabs his shoulders and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he steps aside. And he goes to the smith and he gets his hoofs carved out again, like the one that he once paid 10 gold, and he gives him a nice tip. And all in all, he's in an uncharacteristically good mood. He's like having the time of his life. And then he goes back to the palace and he arranges oh wait, it's a feast though, never mind about the breakfast. So he goes back to the palace and he knocks on everyone's doors and he's like, wake up, they don't want to be late for the feast."
So when you knock on Steve's door, it's not closed. It's kind of like closed over. So when you go to like knock on it, it kind of swings in.
I open the door and I check inside.
You do not see Steve in there, but you do see Billy, and Billy is currently tied up.
I walk over to Billy and I pick him up, but I don't untie him. And I'm like, why is this rodent tied up?
And you see that there is like a note and like a vial of something like on his nightstand.
I try to read the note, but I can't read common.
That is correct.
I pick up the vial. What does it look like? What's in there?
So in the vial, you see clippings. They look like toenails.
Is there like somewhere to throw trash and stuff in here?
Yes, there's a little trash can.
I throw the vial in there and I take the note.
Right.
And then I leave.
Do you take Billy?
Yeah, of course. I'm Billy in one hand, the note in the other, and I leave the room. And the first of the party I see, I ask to read the note.
I can't see right now. Something happened to me. Yeah, let me hold your tail.
Yeah, Demetrius will allow it. So just don't pull it. You will walk to the next person, which is Nicodemus, and he says, Nicodemus, can you read this note?
Wait. Nicodemus pulls the pickle out of his mouth. Puts
What
it back
are
in
you
his
doing?
pocket.
Are you
I
serious?
don't know. I don't know. I have this unnatural affliction to this thing. I can't get rid of it. I can't stop playing with it either.
I narrow my eyes and I give him a weird look. I say, you do you, Nicodemus. And I walk over to Arcadia. And say, Arcadia, can you read this note?
Arcadia looks especially in a bad mood. And she looks like she's ignoring you.
Amitrius will say, rude bitch. And he walks over to Kamos. He says, Kamos, can you read this note?
Yeah, but it's bad. Okay, I take and read the note. What does it say?
It says in very poorly written common, I am gone. You can keep Billy. Do not look for me.
Arbun will ask Billy what happened.
And you get the sense, because I'm assuming you usually speak with animals, that Billy is hungry. He saw Steve. He tried to go with Steve. Steve was sneaking out, and Steve hogtied him, so he could not go. And now he is hungry and wants cheesy potatoes.
I will give the tied up possum to Corbin.
I will release him to go look for cheesy potatoes.
Okay, he scatters off.
I say, what is wrong with everyone? You're all acting strange.
The gods have cursed me. I had a terrible dream and now I can't see.
Oh, when I get cursed, everyone laughs at me and says I smell like a fish. And now that you get cursed, it's terrible. And I say, I'm fine for one.
I'm sorry I laughed at you when you had the fish scales.
How did you get rid of the fish scales? Is there some kind of spell we could try?
I'll say, is there did you all have a strange dream last night?
Yes.
Matter of fact, I did.
Yeah.
Ah, it's one of those dreams again. Like the last one we had. Did it have the same woman in it?
Yes.
Was that
Lotharia.
not Lotharia, yes.
Lotharia.
There's the note, by the way, for everyone that wants to read back up on what you saw. Perhaps your feeble minds were unable to grasp the content of these dreams, but I, a centaur, could easily process such cruel nightmares.
Yeah. So, what great wisdom did you get when you processed these dreams?
Obviously, this Lotharia is interested in us and our quest. She might even be invested in it somehow. She was also the one that put that dog in that mine, wasn't she? I think we should find Lotharia sometime in the future and have a chat with her. We should ask Kyra about it.
Yeah, but isn't there like woods that we're supposed to check out? We can check out before we leave this area.
Oh right, you are completely right. We'll have to do the Nicodemus thing with the druids in the wood.
Are the druids
I don't
coming
think it's
here?
in. I don't think that's in this area. I think it's far away.
No, it's directly south from here.
South, but
Somewhere.
Far away. It's
Far
like
south.
right next to Estoria, I think. Let's
I
the
check
map.
my DM/GPS to get.
it's down near Mitros.
No, it's directly south from Estoria. That's the old wood, right? The mossy temple and
In between.
The old wood is south. So if we're in Astoria, the old wood's down here where you guys had the mossy temple and the goatlings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mirtros is that's way to get there.
Also, it's right about there from me. Almost the same.
Well, is the river passable? Is really what it boils down to. Because like sometimes rivers are roadblocks if if they're long and strong enough.
Yeah, Nico would know because he's a sailor. Without a strong ship, you couldn't kind of sail like this way, which I guess you're talking about. Because a bunch of islands and the current is all heavy. So most people, if they're traveling from like the temple or Astoria, they go north and then south.
Simply put, the old woods is not on our way.
The old wood is not. You'd have to go south to get to the old wood, and then west, and then south to get to Mitros.
We might be able to get around the coast to Mitros. Do we want to slash our way through the jungle?
well, we don't have a hurry to get to Mitros, right? Our priority is the old woods.
I think
Well,
so,
aren't,
yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
the druids coming to this party?
Yeah. So let's have a chat.
Not
with
if
them.
they're all being slaughtered.
Well, they're
will-
supposed to be at this party.
I will hold up some fingers in front of Corbin and say, how many fingers am I holding?
3.
No. 2.
I'd give you 1 finger.
And I will say, poor Corbin, with such disrespect for your horse skin, I am afraid that the great stallion would not bestow its magic upon you to cure you of this affliction. Only the greatest amount of respect and many prayers to the great stallion will free you of this blindness.
I will attempt to pray to the great stallion.
I will help him. I will say, okay, get down on your knees. I will help you pray. This is how I pray.
I will try it.
And then put your hands on the ground.
All right.
And then walk around on your hands and knees and make horse sounds in a circle.
Nico's
might do it.
staring, laughing.
Yes, he bursts out in laughter as Corbin pretends to be a horse. And I will cast Lesser Restoration on Corbin.
All right. So when you do that, Corbin, you feel like some fish scales are getting wiped away from your face, and you are able to see again.
Ah, better. I like
Indeed.
this. I like this horse god of yours.
Yes, never underestimate his power.
And you can see people, I guess, kind of laughing at you.
I will give him a look.
Hey, it worked. You prayed and you got your vision back.
Well, you might give it a try as well, the rest of you. If you
Nico,
like.
Nico casts Lesser Restoration on Demetrius.
Interest. Okay.
On Demetrius.
No, it's
Yeah, he's fine.
he's fine. It's
Oh, he's fine?
Yeah, I passed the
Oh, I
save.
thought-
it's
you
Arcadia
did?
and Chamos.
Which, okay, so what do you have, Kamos?
Really bad twitch. Take care of our the rogue first.
I will walk over to Nicodemus and I will put my hand on his shoulder and I will subtly shake my head. Like, don't do it. I'll say, well, Kamos, there's only one thing for it in Arcadia. If you pray to the horse god, you will be cured.
Okay.
And she
So-
can't hear you.
I get down on all fours, and I can't get what is it, Sirenscape to do it for me. So I'm like, nay.
And then I nod at Nicodemus.
Nico, Nico walks up and casts Lesser Restoration on him.
All right.
How's that?
I'm healed.
No more twitching, eh?
All hail the great stallion.
And it says, like
Nice.
me, Arcadia is fine as well. I didn't notice anything different about her.
Seems a bit quiet.
Nico isn't
Always
going to
quiet.
cast it on himself because he's enjoying his slippery pickle.
You enjoy playing with the pickle?
He's trying to catch it, and it keeps popping out of his hands. Get back here!
Oh, these guys are going to get me bad.
Arcadia's watching all of this with a scowl on her face.
And I say, well, yeah, I think everyone is cured now. Let's see about this feast. What do you all say?
Yeah, I want to find out what's going on with these druids that are coming.
Should be some friends of mine, if they haven't been slaughtered.
And who was that guy that was leading the coming for the princess?
I shrug. No idea.
Can't remember his name.
Lord Farquaad.
Yes.
Lord Bluehaven.
Loot Haven.
Coming from a faraway land.
Seems suspicious to me.
I don't know.
Is there going to be a time where we get to talk to Pythor, or is he like gonna like say good morning to us, or do I have to like go out of my way to get an audience with him?
If you would go downstairs, you can get an audience with him, especially because you are the saviors.
Yeah, I was like, it seems like there's not too many healing potions in town. I was hoping that maybe he either might be able to influence and help us get our hands on some.
Okay. He will give you. He will give you like a little signet, and will ask this to tell you to show that. If people start getting indignant, and they should give a discount.
Okay.
And if they do not, tell him their names, and he will take care of it, just like he took care of John.
Thanks.
Oof. So did I just get a signet ring from Pythor?
Yes.
Do we all get one?
No.
Yeah, does it actually fit on my hand at all?
It does not. Yeah, he would. It would be his pinky ring, and you try it on all your fingers, and it just slides right off.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit ridiculous. It's gonna hurt. I don't think I can cast spells with this thing on. Does anybody else want to hold on to this? Because I don't want to lose this ring.
Corbin will hold on to it. He'll put it on his wrist. Like a bracelet.
So it would go like almost all the way up to your elbow before it stops.
Yep.
Signet bangle. Okay. Do we actually want to go potion shopping with, or do we have time for that right now? What time of day is it?
It's about 5
Early.
evening.
Oh.
Yeah, because you all went to sleep early. Like y'all went to sleep like 8, 9 a.m.
Oh wow. Yeah, so we're like completely out of sync at this point. And what's it? I'm just looking at things. I'm like inventory. Yeah, I just spent most of my cash. Oh, maybe.
Hey, did you identify that weapon we found?
Oh, I should take the time to do that now. Ritual cast, identify on...
Everything.
It is just a trident.
Congratulations, it's just a trident. And what else needed to be That's the only thing I had in my inventory. Does anybody else want this trident then?
We could sell it.
Yeah,
All right. Cool. That's a thing.
it is a pretty looking trident. Looks like it
Um,
might have once been magical.
Yeah, but it's not magical now, right?
You do not get any magical senses from it.
There were also 3 javelins and some coins.
I think we shared those up, right?
Yeah, any
Yeah,
of the
but
money
you
I
did
split.
identify them.
The party sheet seems empty.
I think you took a couple, but you could ask him to identify
Yeah,
them.
I took a
if you
couple
wanted.
and they were normal javelins.
You took javelins and what else?
Coins.
I don't see any special coins. Who has special coins?
They were just normal, I think. I think you divided the
Yeah.
loot last time.
Yeah, I think we handled the loot last time.
All right. Does anybody want to buy healing potions? Are we saving them for?
How much for one?
I don't know. Hopefully, we were going to get a discount because they were ridiculously expensive last time.
Yeah, so you go to the potion shop where I believe Arcadia had gone that same day, and the shopkeep looks up with a big smile and asks, "What can we do for you?"
I
Sure.
would like some healing potions.
Of course, 100 each.
I'll show him the signet ring.
And he looks at it and asks, "Where did you steal that from?"
Steal? From the Lord Pythor? Never.
But
I'll say, do you not know us? We are the Oracle's chosen heroes.
I understand that. We're trying, but I need to make.
I
a
didn't
profit.
catch your name, sir. What is your name?
I can give you 60 gold for healing potions.
I'll say you'll sell them for 50 gold, or I will tell Pythor your name, and you'll spend the rest of the day in the dungeons.
But my lord, that would be at a loss. I'm selling them to you at whole
What a
cost.
shame. What a shame for you.
But I wouldn't make any money.
Indeed.
I would be losing.
You wouldn't want all the toilets to be named after you like that guard.
That guard is now.
Let's not be greedy. Isn't 60 a perfectly fair price for a healing potion?
Can I
and
do an insight to see if it's a fair price?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's telling you that he's selling them to you at whole cost. And you do believe him.
I think he's telling the truth. Things are expensive in this little town.
Okay, I buy 2 healing potions.
Okay. And Demetrius, you also do believe him.
I will say I will rely on the healing magic that I have. I need to save up for some decent armor.
Yeah, I get that.
Arcadia looks at what's going on, and she pulls out the healing potion that she bought earlier, puts it on the table, and points at it, and points at the money.
Let's say Arcadia,
And
you
she
can speak, right?
does oh, I guess I can still speak. She goes, she says, "You sold this to me for 100, and I want the 40 back."
And he looks at you, and you see him start mouthing things, and you don't understand a word he's saying.
I thought we cured her.
You did
And
not.
she says, "Look, I don't have any patience here today," and she's going to reach across and grab him by the throat.
And
And
Mikus will look at her impressed, because that's usually what he does.
you see him kind of smile when you grab him by the throat.
What do the rest of us hear?
Okay.
You hear him say,
Well, do you want us to
Wait,
tell Pythor that you robbed from us?
"But my lords, she bought this earlier today. It was fair and square deal."
I will move to Arcadia and I will say, just punch him. That always works for me.
She can't hear you, and she draws her dagger instead.
and he's like, he's mouthing like super fast. He's like, "What do you want? Let me go. Let me go." Blah 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 blah.
She wants
she
her money
says-
back.
I'll say she's an
I want-
Amazon woman and she will stab you. And I will help Arcadia with her intimidation check by also towering over this guy.
She takes the dagger and she draws it down his chest towards his balls.
Wow. You see him. You see him go pale, and you get you start to smell something like musty.
Yeah.
And as you look down, you can see that he has wet himself.
I try to go into where. Can I see somewhere where he keeps the money that we just paid him?
It's still on the counter.
Okay, I will take 40 gold from that and I will give it to Arcadia.
And she sheathes her dagger and pushes him back with his, shoves him as she releases him.
Okay. And
I will say, if you have any trouble with our business, you can talk to Pythor about it.
well, I do have issues with people coming in and drawing daggers and threatening me, but sure.
I will say, I suppose that's fair, but she's an Amazon woman. You know how they are.
No, I don't. I've never seen them before, but I hear that they are vicious, tall, towering creatures, and she is none of that.
He's an Amazon child, but they are just as vicious.
Just please leave.
Okay, have a nice day, sir.
And as you are going back, let's see who has the best perception, other than Arcadia. 15.
I got +2.
Nico, as since you have the best passive, you hear as as y'all are leaving, fucking Savior's my ass.
I will. Oh no, I didn't hear that.
You did
What
not.
did... Nico's like, what did you just say?
Oh shit.
And he'll speak up. Nothing, my lord, nothing. Please have a blessed day.
That's what I thought you said.
Have a magical day, my lord.
And Nico grabs... Nico's shaking his hand at him, going, you better be careful. Next time we come in here, if we come in here, you better be nice to us and give us decent prices.
Starting
And
to
he-
think that we are the
What he
bad.
doesn't realize is that the pickle's in his hand. He's shaking the pickle at
I
him.
was gonna ask.
So you're shaking the pickle. Give me a dex save.
Slippery pickle.
Yeah, you almost, the pickle almost slips out, but you get it just in time. And he looks at you and he kind of shrugs and says, "Well, my lord, I am literally the only potion maker in the town ever since the two apothecaries left, so you will be back."
I will walk up into Arcadia and Nicodemus's personal space, and I will put my arm around their shoulders and say, "I like your style, you two. You're starting to look a little bit more like a centaur every day. Well done. That's how you handle a nosy shopkeeper."
And the minute that Arcadia feels a touch on her, she recoils and grabs your arm. It looks like she's going to punch you. It's a reaction to being touched. You've seen
Of course,
it before.
and Amitrius is like, you know those boisterous guys when they get like super happy and they're like from a different culture, where it's normal to like embrace someone. He's like that kind of style. Like he's like has his arm around her and like squeezing her. It's obviously not something many people would enjoy.
So he's Italian.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
He's the Italian stallion.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean the Turkish people do it too, and you know he's like being friendly according to him, but it's just uncomfortable. So feel free to give him a punch.
Corbin makes a note in his book to buy him a big gold chain.
She sees who it is, but she extracts herself.
Okay.
So I would say about this time, because let's go to the main map here. I would say, so the apothecary is kind of like over yonder. About this time, as this is all going on, you hear some yelling coming from the north.
And I say, finally a fight. I've been aching to fight ever since I woke up, and I begin moving there.
I will follow him.
And you see people running from coming from this way and running south, and they're screaming, "Dragons, dragons, dragons!"
Corbin's very excited. Where?
Finally, my chance for revenge.
They're coming that way. And you see 3 in the distance, like they're still far away, but you see 3 large black shapes starting to head towards the city.
Are they flying?
Yes.
Alright, I will go to the gate and I will say, is there anything that can shoot down a dragon here? Maybe a scorpion or a a scorpion is like an old-timey missile thrower, right?
Right. The new John says, "No, we haven't seen dragons in." And he's trying to think. In hundreds of years.
So it might be just griffins or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just beware. Maybe close the gate down.
Right, but you're the saviors, right? You're going to go out and save us.
Absolutely.
That's
They may
the
not
plan.
even be hostile. I should talk to them.
What do you mean they're not hostile? They're dragons.
Not all dragons are bad.
I'll give him a suspicious look, but I'll shrug. Fine. I will tell this guard go report to Pythor about these dragons.
And he says, and as soon as you even start to say, "Go to Pythor," he's already booking it.
Does Arcadia recognize them as dragons? I have advantage on an intelligence check.
Yes. You do see the sun shimmering off their scales.
Can I tell what color they are?
Where you are currently? No. They're still a little far out.
You can see her get her crossbow ready.
I will put Corbin on my back, and then we can move faster because Corbin is the only one that has a lower speed. And I guess we move out to the north if everyone is in agreement with that.
Alright. Alright, so we head out, and in the skies now they're starting to get closer. You can realize that they're young copper dragons. You've heard rumors of the dragon of Mirtros, especially Nico, since you live there. But these creatures are far more splendid than you imagined. And you see that the dragons are actually being ridden by red-cloaked knights. And again, I'll give Nico this one since he lives there. They are high-ranking centurions from the city. The dragons descend and touch down several dozen yards away.
I will stand there with my weapon drawn.
I will get off and I will run over to them and say, "Hello, friends."
Nico lets everybody know that they're from the city of Mitros first. I recognize them. Guards of Mitros.
You don't see Arcadia react at all. She still has her crossbow and is walking towards them.
Especially because you're still deafened.
Right.
Alright.
Who did that? Yeah. I did that to Kamos. Never mind.
I
So
didn't mean to hog the healing. I was just playing up the gag.
No, I walk over. Let me see here. Oh. Well, she's deaf. I can't help her. She won't let me touch her.
I will go over to the biggest dragon and I will say, hello, mighty dragon. What is your name and who are these riders you bring to us?
So while you are approaching, like running over there, these three knights, they dismount and start walking, and they hold up a hand. You see a determined look in their eyes, and which kind of suggests they've been sent here with a mission, but they clearly mean you no harm. Like, they have their swords still sheathed, and I mean, they're holding their shield, but their sword is sheathed. Person looking like a leader steps forward and says, "I am Tarkon. We have come on behalf of King Acastus to escort you to his palace. He wishes an audience with you."
I'll say very well, but we have some business in this land first, or we can go there.
Business? What business do you have in this putrid land? There is a Lord Sidon has called down a devastating hurricane onto our city, and the king expects you to come to the city's aid at once.
Yes. Go back to your king. Tell them we are on our way with all haste.
And they look at each other and kind of chuckle. And he says that Acastus is not a forgiving king. If we return empty-handed, we will surely be punished.
Well, I guess then you are welcome to attend Pythor's feast.
Can we talk together for a minute and just, can you give us a minute here? I asked the guards. I just need to confer.
Very well.
All right, it's like, then I pull you aside and, like, I don't know if anybody else wants to join the conversation, but it's like, wait, help me out here. We don't want to go right now because, what is it? We're worried about, what's her name? The contingent of druids that are coming this evening?
Yes.
So we're really looking just to leave in the morning. And
well, depending on what those druids say, we might want to go to the Old Wood and face down Demetria.
What if we just tell these guys that we're afraid of an assassination attempt on Pythor's life this evening?
Why don't we just tell them the truth, because we are the heroes and we don't owe these guys anything.
Yeah, it's like we're not. It's like if we just simply, stall to the morning, I think that we may be doing a great service to the kingdom, and we're not talking about putting these guys off forever. It is already evening time, right?
I will not trick these guys with you. If you wanna try and trick them, go ahead. I'll just say that we're not leaving until after the feast, because we promised that we would attend.
Okay. So I turn back to the guards, and I'm like, you've put us in a situation where we're going to anger one of two kings if we, this evening. Can we at least honor our obligations to go to the feast this evening, and then in the morning, as long as, the security of Estoria isn't at stake, I think we can leave.
So when you're doing that, you see Corbin touch the helmet he's wearing, and one of the dragons cries out in pain.
Oh, snap.
I'll ask him, why does this pain you?
And Tarkon will draw his sword when the dragon cries out and starts looking around.
Arcadia just sees this happening. She doesn't know what's going on, and she had put her crossbow down a little. She raises it and is aiming at that guy.
I will move to Arcadia and I'll try to calmly put a hand on her crossbow and gently urge her to lower her aim. And I'll say, it's fine. like in a friendly manner.
And Tarkan kind of goes up to his dragon and kind of like sticks his like head to head with the dragon and whispering it, and flips around and looks at Corbin. How dare you use that on my my bearer?
I did not use it. I was merely showing him.
Where did you get something so powerful as something so small as you?
I am Corbin, the Dragon Rider.
Corbin the Dragon Rider perished 500 years ago.
I was betrayed 500 years ago, and now I am with the Oracle.
So the rumors are true. But don't hurt my dragon like that, please.
It was not my intention to harm him. I was only having a conversation with Sir Hiss here.
And then he'll put his sword away and look over at Kamos, and will say that they will camp outside of the city for the night and expect you, all of you, to come with him in the morning.
I can't promise, but I'll do my best.
Trust me, the fate of the city of Mirtros and maybe even all of the realm rests in your hands. And he'll look over at Nico and says, as someone from Mirtros, I am surprised that you are not running to your city's aid at once.
I'll tell this man the fate of the world is on our shoulders every damn day. We're used to it.
What a hell of a week.
I'm very concerned about the fate of my city, but I'm also concerned about the fate of the druids who helped me. Both are in peril and both need my help, and I will help both of them.
Yeah, that's what your excuse was when your wife and child was killed too, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were killed, they just turned up missing.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
And he'll look, and the Tarkan will say something, and he's going to say it in Draconic.
I will put my hand on Nicodemus' shoulder and say, I did not know you had a wife and child. My condolences if anything happened to them.
He just looks down and stares at the ground. He goes, puts his hand on your hand on his shoulder, and thank you, my friend.
If they are alive, we will find them. If not, we will avenge them. This I swear.
And that is what is said. And then we'll switch. Okay. And then we'll swap back to common, and we'll say, "Very well. Enjoy your party."
I will say you are welcome to come, if you'd like. You will be guests of the palace.
He spits in the ground. We have no love for him.
I'll say I understand. However, I think it's best that you keep good relations and respect for Estoria. Even if it is a small town, it still has commerce and importance. Pythor is still a god, even if he's grown a little.
And he says, God, you want to see a god? Come to Mirtros. You shall see the God King.
So we shall.
And he says, we will camp out not far from here, and we expect you to see you in the morning. And they hop on the dragons and they fly away.
Corbin waves.
Corbin would know that Acastus is the last true descendant of the Order of the Dragonlords.
Yes.
And
Yes. He was just a boy.
And Nico, you feel something moving in your pack.
You sure it's in his back?
yeah, could be in his mouth.
I guess it could be.
No, it's in my pack. I know where I put my pickle.
And you see the face, the pickle has shriveled up a little bit, but you see the face of Kyra, and she asks where you all went. Did you leave her again?
I say, Kyra, we would never make such a mistake again. We are, in fact, on our way to the feast right now. Would you join us there?
I'm already here.
Okay, on our way.
And at the same time as you guys are heading in, you do see a caravan heading out with Corinna on it. She's riding a horse and dressed all fine in her knockoff Amazonian gear.
I will say to Arcadia, did you give her some gold last time? And I assume Arcadia doesn't reply.
Correct.
I'll say, you need to get that stick out of your ass, bitch! And I walk away from her angrily.
And Corinna does try to also talk to Arcadia and the rest of you, saying she is now with the caravan like you requested, and please seek her out in Mitros if and when you get there.
I will say, don't bother, girl. She's in a terrible mood today. She's been ignoring us all morning.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Indeed, I don't know what's wrong with her.
Oh, rude.
Well, and she'll kind of giggle. Maybe she has her blood.
What does that mean?
You'll see her kind of blush a little bit, and we'll say, "Oh, just female things."
Aware of these arcane ways of women that you speak of.
Demetrius shrugs in confusion.
Well, we must be off.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Never take the first watch. That's the worst watch.
Okay, did you take care of those dragons? Because you're back awfully quick.
Indeed, we chased them off in fear.
Awesome. Just like the heroes I know you to be.
Indeed. Good travels to you.
Thank you. Alright, so we go back into the city. Do we want to do any other, like, messing or, like, farting around in the city before the feast?
What time is it now?
About 6 in the evening.
Okay, Nico goes to the Dragon's Tooth to get rid of the skulls.
I'll come with him.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
And I think we said that we would clean them in the river so that they are only skulls with no flesh attached.
Yes. Okay. How many did we have? Do you remember?
It's in my inventory. That's I did. 6 dwarf heads. Well, skulls.
All right. So yes, you come in there and you see the minor dwarves, and they are starting their evening, and they look up and they raise a glass to Nico and say, "You're back. Did you find our brethren?"
He gives them the bag with the skulls in it. I found these. Not much more.
Oh, and they'll start pulling them out and look at them, and we'll hold it up and, oh lordy, and they'll hand you a bag, and there's 60 gold in it. Actually, let's see. Roll me a D100. Let's see how much gold is in that bag. All right, so they say here's your reward, and you felt the weight of gold before, and you know that there's more than just the amount they said.
I buy them a round of drinks.
All right, and they will say, "Will you stay and have a drink with us?"
I would like to, but tonight is not a good night for me. I want to stay sober, for in the morning I have a long journey to make, and it's a very somber day for me. There's a lot of confusion going on in my head.
Fair enough, but only the better to drink with, my friend. But we understand.
Nico's very concerned with the Dragonlords, those guards bringing up his family brought back some bad feelings to him, and he knows he has to make a trip to either to help the druids or to help his city, and each one of them is causing him grief.
I will put my hand again on Nico's shoulder, give him a reassuring pat, and I will say, let's go, friend.
All right. Was it just the two of you, or did everyone else go in there too?
No, we were there.
Yeah.
All right.
I will want to go to a perfume shop. I want to buy some athlete's musk.
Athlete's musk.
Yeah, that's what they sold in ancient
I
want to smell nice for the feast.
It's the Axe body spray for horses.
So, all right. So you go to this shop, and you see vials that say Heracles spit, Heracles sweat, and like all the like lesser known people as well. Yeah, and Atalanta's spit and sweat is also labeled.
I will buy some Atalanta sweat with a little bit of saffron mixed in and some other nice herbs.
All right.
And I say, Atlanta has always smelled nice.
And they look at you and say, "Lord, you are Demetrius the Wise, yes?"
I wouldn't say wise, but I am Demetrius, yes.
Have you ever considered a sponsorship?
I will raise my eyebrow with interest and I will say, no, I have not.
Well,
I do not know if anyone would be interested in sponsoring a centaur.
well, your name is starting to spread throughout the city, as are all of yours, but Centaur, we would be willing to bottle your sweat and spit.
Very well. I will accept the sponsorship.
Perfect. For every 1 pound that you bring us, we will give you 100 gold.
Very well.
A lot of
Do you have anything to gather it in?
Yes, of course, and they will give you like this massive tub.
And I will ask them also if they have like that stuff that you use to scrape skin with. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes, they do, and they will give you one.
I'll say when I have it back, I will bring it back to you, or have it sent from Mitros.
Perfect. Now, before you leave, may we have just a small sample, just to make sure that it doesn't get mucked up in the interim.
Of course. I will spit in a vial for them, and I will raise my armpit, and you notice that Amitrius does not have hair below his armpit. He has kept his upper body entirely devoid of hair, except for his beard and head, of course. And he will scrape the thing around it, and he will put some sweat in for them as well.
Perfect. Thank you, my lord. Thank you.
Corbin will
There's
say.
a lot of visuals for this hour of the morning.
Corbin will shake his head and he will say, Amitrius, you should be careful giving away that stuff. I spit in a vial once and they would never leave me alone. They were always going on about my ancestors and coming around all the time. Very annoying.
What are you talking about? This is an honorable business.
Well, we shall see.
And just for some context, back in like ancient Greece and Rome, that's exactly what they did.
So and then I will also apply the body paint that I have in the centaur ritual manner, and I will be like all propped up for the feast, smelling of Atlanta with some herbs and all painted up.
While this is going on, I'm gonna go to the bathhouse, get cleaned up as well. But I don't think I'm going half the lengths that Amitrius is going.
Okay.
Two things. Arcadia takes Chemos aside or motions over to him and says to him, after that dream, I am deaf. So I would ask you to write, tell me what's going on, but you'll need to write it down, please. And she says, please. And then later on, you'll find she's like, she's kind of, she looks like she might be strangely attracted to Amitrius now that he's wearing the Atalanta sweat.
Yes, I'm definitely paying attention to your body language and getting that at this moment in time. But I start gesturing to you that you should get down low and then start drawing a picture of a horse and, you know, making gestures that you should vocalize and then give a thumbs up gesture. And I could see that none of this is working. So I just hold on. And guys, I think Arcadia was also accursed, and believe it or not, she hasn't heard a blasted word any of us have said.
I'll blink my eyes and I'll say, oh, right, that explains.
Yeah, it's like we I thought she was just being a little bit more aloof than usual.
I barely noticed the difference.
It's like, how did you do, what was this horse thing that happened? I mean, like, I get down on all fours again, and I'm like, is this how it works?
Yes, make sure to make the proper sounds, and in your mind you must give thanks to the stallion.
Okay, at that point I get up and I do have paper and pen and ink, and I, write out the instructions, like, just as Amitrius was describing, that you need to, make horse noises and have great horse thoughts. Is that what you said?
I'll say sure.
Okay, cool. And I show that to Arcadia.
Arcadia takes the paper, she reads it. She looks at Chemos, and she looks at Amitrius.
And he has like a shit-eating grin on his face, like it's obvious he's lying.
I don't see it. I'm just like giving you this smile and like shaking. Yeah,
Like you see all of his teeth, and he's like, he's like waiting with almost laughing already.
Yeah, she looks at him, and she can tell she kind of has a snide look on her because she can see what he's up to, and she just rips the paper into lots of pieces and drops it on the ground.
And Amitrius will laugh.
Turn to Nicodemus with a blank look. Oh, he
No,
does have this odd look of recognition. Okay, got it. Yeah, and like, could you believe this? She's not accepting Amitrius's help. She's deaf. She was cursed last night, just like the rest of us were. And,
can't do anything about it.
No? Oh well.
I'll say to Nicodemus, all right, the joke is up. You can cure her now.
What?
I'll say, I got you, Kamas. It was nonsense.
Ha ha. Okay.
The look on your face was priceless, though.
Sure seemed really effective to me.
So do we... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask him basically the same thing you can. Nico, can you help her?
Certainly. That's if she wants contact.
Well, okay, I write that down on a piece of paper. Okay, Nicodemus can cure you, but he has to touch you. Is that okay?
And she says, yes.
So Nicodemus
Okay.
he points his finger out
Is it a
for you
pickle?
to. No, not his pickle. He points his finger out, and
Yeah.
he goes to place his finger on the back of her hand.
Okay, she's just watching.
And he touches the back of her hand and casts Lesser Restoration.
And now
How's that? How's that, Arcadia?
And now you're here again all of a sudden.
And she says, I am indebted to you, dwarf. And to you, Kamos.
Some spells require touch, but I'll ask your permission first. If I need to.
Why?
And she
We're
nods.
friends, aren't we?
Yeah, that doesn't guarantee consent.
What?
among our-
What the hell is consent?
I kind of expected you to say that.
I've never heard of that word.
And then all of a sudden Arcadia looks at him and she says, so have people told you no and you've ignored them?
No, why would I? If someone doesn't want something, I will try to respect it unless they're an arse. Then I'll hit them.
And she looks and says, okay.
Close enough.
He just doesn't know the word consent, but he does know, of course, what consent is as a concept. He just doesn't recognize the word itself.
Huh.
Alright, and about this time, you hear a lot of commotion coming from, like, the south, and it sounds like drums and, like, some fanfare and all this jazz, and people are saying, they're here, they're here, they're here.
Ooh, I will hurry to the king's palace.
What is it, Prince Ali?
They're coming from the south, like, from the south entrance right now. This is where all this commotion's coming from.
They'd
Oh,
be
so they're not
coming up.
coming from Ali Ababa.
They'd be coming up this way.
Yes, they'll be coming from that way.
Okay.
And indeed, you start to see forest creatures, including goatlings, and they're all dressed very fancy, and their hair's combed. You get goatlings and maenads, some big trees, and kind of riding on like a big ogre type like caravan thing. You see a woman, and she looks like this. And on the riding alongside her is a very nice looking man who looks like that. And walking alongside the caravan is a person who looks like this.
Oh my god. It's Inran the Butcher.
So this is all. So they're all walking. It's kind of like a parade. And as you're walking, as the caravan's kind of coming by you, the lady looks down at Kamos and Nico in particular, and kind of smiles as they pass by. And
Nico recognize her?
you do not.
Didn't we once have a vision of Demetria, but she had green skin, did she?
Yes,
And that is not this woman?
that is correct. And
All right.
and some of the goats walk by Arcadia, and they kind of chuckle a little bit as they walk past her.
Does Nico recognize her as a druid?
Roll. Give me a religion check, actually.
Okay. Oh, and I'm proficient. Good.
Yes, you know you've heard tales of her. Her name is Prosamina, and she's kind of like the goddess of like the forest.
Can you write that name down? I will put it in the note.
We'll whisper it to Demetrius. It's Prosamina.
Okay, does Demetrius know that name? Is she one of the famous gods?
She is not one of the famous gods.
Okay, I will say, who is Prosamina?
Goddess of the forest.
This will be
I've never met her, but I've
So-
heard stories.
This will be a very interesting meeting indeed. Let us hurry
Yes.
to the palace. You might want to put some braids in your beard and some rings, my dwarven friend.
I think I'll stop by the. Nico definitely stop by and the bathhouse and get groomed up before the feast.
Okay. And one thing I also that I point out, as this caravan is kind of coming by, like a younger man will kind of like is holding like an offering of sorts in his hand. He starts running towards like where this caravan's coming, and this guy, as that boy is coming or the young man's coming closer, this guy will pull out a massive sword and will hold it up, like kind of hold it to his throat to stop that guy in his tracks.
He's a friendly fellow.
And then the nice-looking young man will kind of say, "It's okay, Silas. It is okay. Let them through." And then we'll take the offering, and then they will keep going.
It's a mean protector.
Mean indeed. And they kind of give off, like, it's warm. It's starting to get a little dark, but kind of like in summertime, so it's typically warm at night. But you can just get like a small aura of like cold and dread. All right, so we want to go and get ready. I'm assuming, right? I know definitely Nico said he's going to get ready. Kamo said he's going to the bathhouse. How about Corbin and Arcadia?
Go back to
Arcadia
the palace.
Yep. She'd go back to the palace and get cleaned up there. She doesn't like public bathhouses.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and get into the feast hall a little early and see if I can get next to where, close to where they're gonna sit, and I'm gonna disguise myself as a table.
Is there someplace in the palace, just curious, where Arcadia could offload some of her copper and silver and convert them to electrum?
I believe not. I think you guys try. Oh no, there's a bank, but I think the markup is like the exchange rate's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
I
you
tried once. It's not worth it.
said we had to get to a bigger city.
And Francis is
While they're in,
with us as well. So Francis left.
Francis.
who's Francis?
The cat.
Ralph?
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 Oh, Ralph. Oh, sorry, I was confused with the other game where he was named Francis.
Ralph,
Ralph, yes.
Ralphatosh, Alatosh, Leonid, something Phalanx the Third. Some shit like
Yeah.
that.
He went to Mitros, and the exchange rate here was high.
Yeah. Alright, so as you guys are trying to come into the palace, you see there's now kind of like druids and goats. They're kind of keeping guard right outside, like the like right there. And they, as people are trying to obviously come in, they're asking for your invitations.
I will show him the signet ring.
They look at you. Okay, where's your invitation?
I will say, my invitation. Do you know who I am?
Nope, you look like a centaur to me.
I am Amitrius, close friend of both Anora and Pythor, and one of the Oracle's champions.
They laugh when you say it. Oracle's champions. Oracle.
These guys are the druids?
Yes.
Okay, I will try to bully my way past them.
And they will. You feel some like force, not like no one's touching you, but like force against your chest, holding you back.
Hey, what the hell is this magic?
Amitrius, calm down, calm down.
I'll,
Let me see if I could get us past.
I'll calm down.
I'll walk up and Nico will walk up and go, I'm Nicodemus. You must know me.
You're. They look down, and you are the one slated to talk. Yes, we understand. You may come in. Is a one named Shamos with you as well?
Yep, over here.
These are part of my party.
You two may enter.
And
These other ones are roadies.
I thought they banned slavery around this parts, but I understand. Everyone needs a workhorse.
I will go in too.
I will bare my teeth at this guy, and I'll point two fingers at my eyes, and then I'll point one finger at him. Like I'm watching you.
And he looks at you, just kind of smiles. Anytime you want to go horse. Now keep going before I get upset.
And Arcadia too.
And they look and say, "An Amazon, or is she dressed up as an Amazon?" That's
She is an Amazon. She is a friend of ours.
She's a big fan of that Xena show.
But we hear the Amazons. But supposedly, I thought the Amazons were 10 feet tall and wide.
But she is young for an Amazon.
Apparently.
But not a full Amazon.
She is part god, you know.
Yes.
Very well, very well. Come in.
I will turn to Nicodemus as we walk past. I'll say, why does this druid have a stick up his ass? Who is this guy?
They are being slaughtered. They are all upset.
Fine, but you better back off, or I'm starting trouble with this guy.
Well, just because he's a druid doesn't mean that he doesn't have to have a stick up his ass. Each person is different.
Well, he just treated us like shit.
I know. Just let it pass.
Fine, but only because you ask it.
We're here to have a good time.
You are right.
Might not be here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. All right, I think that's a pretty good spot to take a 10-minute break here because I gotta pee.
Too late.
You're older than I am.
He's already gone in his adult diapers.
Mom, bucket. All right, let's take a break and come back at 10 after you. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, stream. So yeah, we'll be back in about 10 minutes because I gotta pee really bad. And yeah, so if you go away, please come back, and we will see you shortly.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Kino.
Just wait for the tone. The person you're trying to reach is not available right now. If you need further assistance, enter pound now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone. Goodbye.
I remembered to turn my microphones back on, so we have some sound this time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was funny, I think, because last week there was, 10 minutes of no sound, and I just talked to somebody, the day before about that, and then I go and do it. Anyways, we are back. We're back. Yeah, they are getting ready for a feast, and we had some nice savory characters show up in a caravan. And yeah. So the palace is kind of a buzz as you come into the courtyard. There's kind of people running all around, including, normal servants. You do see John, his wife and kid. They're kind of running around too. And the druids, the Maenads. There's one big tree kind of sitting there. It's kind of holding platter of drinks in two of its branches. Kind of stuff like that. What's up, bitches?
I will point to the goatling and I will lean down to Arcadia and say, look, one of your friends.
She seems distracted and then says, by the way, why do you smell like Heracles?
I don't smell like Heracles.
Corbin
Sorry to say that
smiled.
you do.
I will smell myself. I did buy the Atlanta version of the perfume. I think I'll say. I think you're confused. I bought the Atlanta musk.
So when you go to smell yourself, you smell like Heracles.
What the hell?
Can you buy a cooked duck mimic? I love it.
Did they scam me?
Did you use that whole vial or did you keep some?
I just used what was appropriate.
All right, so you'd still have some in your bag.
Yeah.
Do you look at it?
Yes, I will look at it.
It says Heracles on it.
What the hell? They sold me the wrong product. I'll go back there after the feast. Damn it.
Or you
I meant
just
to
bought
buy
the wrong
Atlanta.
one. Or you just bought the wrong one thinking it said Atlanta. I don't know. You can't read, so who knows?
That's true. I'll ask Arcadia. I just used this. It's the Atlanta one. I told them to get me the Atlanta one.
She looks at it and says, sorry, that's the Heracles.
Damn it. Now I smell like fucking Heracles.
And indeed, you do see some young ladies looking at you, with googly eyes.
I'll
Well, at
shrug and
least
I'll say, do you want some too, Arcadia?
At least it works.
Arcadia is kind of smiles, but she's distracted.
I will give some to Nicodemus.
No.
Fine, nobody wants anything. Alright, I'll put it away in my bag.
Corbin is in a great mood. It's a great day. He's playing that happy song on his bagpipes.
Give us a performance then.
He either roots the party or he enhances it.
It's almost like a bard.
And it comes out beautifully, actually. 2 seconds.
So is everybody in the feast hall already?
Not yet. They're still all you see outside of the palace or the courtyard, anyways, are kind of the underlings, if you will.
So I can sneak in there and disguise myself?
If you go into the feast, the hall itself, then it's kind of crowded, so you can certainly try. Where would you I don't have a map,
I want to get close to the table, like where I think the guests will be sitting.
Yeah, there is, kind of like a wedding, how there's always an upraised table. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
And I will stand on a small table and disguise myself as like a sculpture.
Okay. What do you have to do that with?
I have minor illusion.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're just going to turn yourself into a sculpture. What kind of sculpture?
That would be a mini Pythor.
Nice. I approve.
Nice.
And I will be holding a bowl of cheesy fries in one hand. Cheesy potatoes, sorry.
Okay.
Is Anora anywhere?
You do not see her right now. You don't see like any of the you don't see Prosamina, you don't see Bloodhaven, you don't see Bloodhaven's guard, you don't see Pythor, like any of the bigwigs you don't really see right now.
Skyrim.
Yes, Kyra. She looks like she's kind of like directing and in charge of all the decorations and setting stuff up. And indeed, she kind of looks over at you, and she's holding like a platter of drinks, and comes over and hands it to you, Nico, and says, "Finally, you're here. Do something for once," and then rushes back off.
I'll say she's in the mood.
Nico just looks around like, do I look like a fucking slave?
I'll shrug and say, let's go to the feast hall. Maybe the important figures are there.
Oh, that's where you're at right now.
Nico sets the table down, or the tray down on the table. I hand these out. People can grab them if they want them.
I will go stand at a table and wait.
You know, that those drinks might be an opportunity. It's like, is there a conversation I'd like to at least eavesdrop on? As,
Of like, what kind of, you trying to like eavesdrop on like the druids or like some of the regular staff, or are we trying to eavesdrop on?
It's the druids.
Okay. Yeah. Damn, I never prepared a map. I just figured we did all this in theater of the mind. Give me. Are you trying to like just kind of blend in, like stand by like a certain crowd and like act like you're talking?
I'm using it more as like, and I think I'm going to be a little bit more blunt. I'm just going to be like, hey, I found this tray of drinks. You guys want any?
Okay.
So not being sneaky as much as like. Just going over and introducing myself.
Yeah. When you walk over, they look at you and they their eyes kind of go big, and they say, "You are Kamos the wizard, yes?"
Yeah, I am.
We've heard great tales. May we? And he kind of sheepishly looks down. No, I can't ask for that. Sorry, but you're bringing us drinks?
Why don't you? Yeah, well, you know what? I saw this tray around, and you know what? It seemed like you guys didn't know anybody here, so I thought I'd come over and say hi.
Yes. But you're like one of the greatest wizards, so we are told.
We all serve a greater good.
Yes.
Why not serve some drinks while we're at it? Here, have one.
And
I take one too.
Yeah, they will sheepishly take it and kind of look around, and we'll drink it.
I kind of like try to make eye contact with some of my friends, and just kind of like give them this gesture, like to come over. Does anybody see me?
If they're down there, yeah. If they're looking around, because I know Corbin would be he's kind of currently Pythor, but any of the other three, I'm sure they probably would.
Are you guys coming over?
Sure, I'll come over.
Hey.
Arcadia looks distracted, but comes over, but she's kind of half paying attention and half looking around.
So, this is randomly name-generated druid number 1 and druid number 2. This is Arcadia and Demetrius. Have you heard those names?
And they will kind of bow and say, "You are the ones who freed the Mossy Temple.
Say, that's right. That's us.
We have heard tales."
I'll say to Kamas, I'll whisper, what's your business with these random druids?
No, it's a party. I'm mingling. This is what you do.
Mingle yourself with some woman, Kamas, or men, if that's your taste. Don't get me involved in this.
Okay. And let's see.
Nico will come walking up with a cup of tea in his hand. Ah, Kamos, who are your friends?
This is random druid number 1 and random druid number 2.
Nico
And
shakes their hand.
when you come up, both of them get down on one knee and kind of like in respect, I guess you could say.
I kind of laugh and scoff in embarrassment.
And stand. There's no need for that. I'm
But
not that.
you are a powerful druid. We wish to have your greatness one day. We hear that you can even you know the mystical art of shape changing.
Yes, I do. It was taught to me by a powerful druid in the old wood.
Oh, they are in awe, I guess you could say, of both you and Kamos. They don't really give Amitrius really. I mean, they respect him, but they don't really give him like the same reverence they're giving you to.
I'll say, why do these druids care about you, Kamos? I get Nicodemus, but why you? What bond do you have with these creatures?
Amos is a powerful magic user.
Yeah, so
They respect all magic users. Anyone who can wield magic, they respect. If they're wielding good, which Kamos is.
very well. Tell them that I have powerful magic as well, and that I cured Kamos from a terrible affliction.
And they,
Sure.
Arcadia
They-
says
They overheard that.
yeah, so they're standing there, and they just kind of look at you skeptically.
And Nico looks at him. He's telling the truth. I watched it.
I will flex my muscles at them.
And yeah, go ahead, Arcade. Go ahead.
when he does that, Arcadia kind of gives a sigh, and she walks away very purposely and obviously towards her chambers.
Okay. So Nico, when you say that, they look skeptically and they kind of whisper it, but he's a centaur. But he's a centaur.
Very powerful one.
He doesn't. And they look at you and say, Demetrius, no disrespect, but you're kind of small to be powerful.
I'll say, how about you and I prove ourselves in a contest of strength then?
Oh, my lord, I'm not strength. I don't have the same strength. I am more, and he'll kind of like twirl his finger and like some stones and pebbles or whatever on the floor kind of rise up. I do my strength lies with my mind.
And I will say, well then, perhaps if you do not even possess your own strength, you are not in the right state to judge someone else's. I've traveled with Nicodemus and Kamas, and we have together slain many giant foes, and I will show him the basilisk head.
And they'll look at it in awe and, Lord Kamos, Lord Nico, tell us, how did you slay such a mighty foe?
Oh, we, grow tired of telling the same stories. Maybe instead of that, you could tell us about what you and yours are doing here.
Oh, yes. So, last week, the evil witch Demetria sets foot into the heart of the old wood, and our queen Priceamida finally was able to capture her and set her into the prison. And with that, Chrysamina has decided that she wanted to broker peace with King Pythor and the city of Estoria.
I'll say so. The problem with Demetria has been solved.
Yes, she is. She has been captured and is currently locked away.
And so she's back in the old wood right now?
Yes, and the hearts.
Interesting.
I'll rub my chin and says, that sounds like it was too easy. This trickery of Hood.
Oh, well, you don't become great heroes like us without suspecting treachery around every turn.
He ended up looking like Kojak. Love it.
Interesting. What does Demetria... Can you tell me, how did the battle go? Did anybody die in the fight? What happened?
They'll kind of bow their heads. Yes, there had been many druids, and our kinfolk had been destroyed. We probably would have been too, but we were on a scouting mission south. And when we came back, the battle was over.
Oh. I'd love to meet Persephone, you said her name was?
Prosimina.
Prosimina. Is there any way you can introduce us?
Yes. She is looking. She mentioned that she wanted an audience with both of you tonight after the feast.
Oh, why wait?
And they'll kind of look. Well, she's currently in negotiations with Pythor right now, sir. And I don't want to. We're in her court, but she's, kind of our queen, and she said not to disturb her.
And I will say, so, Kama, so what's your taste, man or woman? Let us find you some company in this party.
Oh, ladies. Sure, let's go see if we can, introduce ourselves to other people.
I tried to approach some of the googly-eyed ladies that were interested in Heracles' body scent. And I will introduce Kamas to them, and I will wingman him and all that.
Okay.
Trying to get him a little bit of fun here.
All right.
Saying yes, you get a roll performance or persuasion for that.
Yeah, let's do. We could do a persuasion with advantage.
Okay, I will try to get them to join Kamos for a party in his private quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. Kamos will kind of fade to black that one, but you can. There's any kind of ladies that he is interested in. They will go with you.
No, I'm good.
I'll insist. I'll just bring him. Come on, don't be like that. And I'll slap him on the back. Come on, and I'll slowly try to usher him to his room and just push him in there with those women.
Out of character, I just be like, I don't want to have this conversation with my wife that I had a role-playing game.
Fair enough.
Fade to black. It's
Fade to black.
Sure.
Yeah, all right, fine.
Yeah, it's all fade to black. I don't. That's about as far as I go, and then it's it.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm down with that.
All right. And so Arcadia, you said we'll bounce up to you right quick. You said that you had stormed off to your chambers.
Yeah, I wouldn't say stormed off. She just walks with purpose to her chambers.
Okay. You get into your chambers. Any particular something you wanted to do?
I'm going to look around and see if anything looks unusual.
All right, give us an investigation with advantages because this is your room, so you know. Yes, you notice that you're because there's an armoire in there. You notice that the door is kind of left ajar.
Okay, I look inside.
And it looks like your belongings, whatever, if you had left belongings there, had been gone through.
Is there anything missing?
No, there's nothing missing. But there's something else in there.
Okay, what is it?
It is like a little an arrow, like a very Amazonian, intricately carved arrowhead.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the only extra thing in there.
An intricately carved Amazonian arrowhead.
Yes.
And recognize it as belonging to someone I know.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that would.
You
I
recognize.
recognize it.
You recognize her design.
Okay.
And your window is also ajar, but that's it.
Okay, I look outside the window.
You don't see nothing. You see like a little line of people trying to get into the palace, but that's about it.
Okay, well, I would take this opportunity to kind of clean up a little bit.
Okay. And let's see, Corbin is the statue. So Corbin, as you're disguised as a statue, there is, people like they're putting food, like appetizers and whatnot, down, and you hear a couple broken conversations. A couple ladies from Estoria will come up and will talk and say that the mighty heroes of the land are here, and they fought off dragons today, and and they can't wait to see Lord Bloodhaven even more because he's so handsome.
I'll just soak it all in.
All right, and you get some. Do you speak? Let's see. Do you speak this language? Let me see here.
I speak Gnomish and Draconic as well.
Okay, so you see, I'd say a group of 3 druids. They're coming up. And they're speaking in. They're speaking Druidic, so you would understand. But they're also kind of looking around, trying to take in all the sights because they pretty much live in the forest, so all this is kind of new to them. And give me a perception with disadvantage unless you want to use your inspiration.
I'll use the inspiration.
Oh, you know that you are on a table.
Excellent. That's with the advantage. Huh?
Yeah. Alright, and Nico, since Demetrius and Kamos are kind of doing their thing, Corbin is a statue. What is Nico up to?
Nico would go refill his cup of tea and just start plucking at some finger foods if anything's left set out, like cheeses or cured meats or anything like that.
All right.
Some any kind of vegetables with dip, and would just try to find some more druids to talk to if any are out. Looking to see if he recognizes any faces from his days in the old wood.
Yeah, you notice. I'd say somebody who did the same did the same kind of training as you did, but I guess they didn't advance as fastly as you.
But he would go up and strike up a conversation with them and try to reminisce of old times and of the training and ask how things are going with how the battle went.
And he'll say that the battle went. It was all over almost before it started. Like it was very brutal, very bloody. but it happened like so like within it was like less than half of a day of fighting. Like it went super fast.
Is there any chance that Demetria could escape?
No. She we're told that she had been locked away in the prison. There's no escaping that. Like Persimina herself built that.
I may take a trip back to the Old Wood.
Oh, we would love that.
There's something I may need to do concerning Demetria.
Oh, we would love to see you. I'm sure some of the younglings, they've heard of your tales. They would love to meet you.
Yes, I met a small child, and he seemed to have innate powers of casting, and I helped him with druidic symbols and taught him a small cantrip, and perhaps he made his way to the Old Wood for training. Out of offhand, I forget the young boy's name, but
fair enough. And he'll ask you what the young boy's name is, and we'll be certain to check up on him.
if he made his way there, tell him I said hi, and I'm glad to see that he's doing well.
Very well. And at this, as you and this your friend are talking, you see kind of a group of kind of like female druids. They're kind of standing there looking at you and giggling, and you know how young girls do. And one will sheepishly come up and will ask for your autograph.
And Nico points his finger down at and in magical druidic signs his name with a very curly script in druidic.
Nice. And she will profusely thank you.
And bows to her.
And about this time, you hear like a loud gong kind of reverberating throughout the place, and you hear Kyra say, "Places, places, time to eat, places." And she'll kind of come up to you, Nico, and ask, "Where's everyone else? Like, are they being rude again?"
I'll say Kamos is fucking, Corbin is probably fucking, Arcadia is fucking, and me and Nico, we're here for the food.
We're having a good time.
Man.
Arcadia would actually hear the gong, thanks to Nicodemus. And she would come down, and you could see that she has cleaned her armor, and she's cleaned up.
All right. And she'll, Kyra will say, "Man, always thinking with the little head. Food, though. Here they come, and the doors open, and one by one, Silas will come out. Oh, not Silas, but the figure in black, we'll say his name is. The figure in black will come out. We'll do some scans around the room, and step to the side and usher. Gesture inside, and Lord Blutehaven will come out and take a seat. Prosamina will come out and take a seat, and then Pythor will also come out and take a seat. Pythor has cut his hair a little bit and trimmed his beard, and he's looking very healthy.
And Arcadia notices this right away.
Yes. And then he'll ask everyone to sit and say, welcome. We're having this feast, and and also Honora will come out. Sorry, and she will sit next to Bluetaven, and he'll thank everyone for coming and would like to welcome his guests from afar. We'll mention them one by one and say, "Let's have a feast." And then the servers will come out, lots of cheesy potatoes, and they have all these kind of dishes. They also come out with vegetarian dishes, and I guess vegan, if veganism exists back then, which I don't know, but we'll say it does. So all pretty much every type of food and drink you can think of is at this feast.
I'll begin scrounging down food like a pig.
All right. And yeah, I guess for like the next hour and a half, everything is a typical feast. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Eventually, Lord Bluetaven will stand up, and we'll and you see Pythor hold up his hands, and this man speaks. When he talks, it's like a very thick, almost like Eastern European accent. I can't do one of those, but very thick accents, and we'll thank everyone for allowing him and showing him all the hospitality for when he arrived to Thalia, and mentioned that Prosamina was the first he encountered and ran into Honora while she was on her travels, and was immediately smitten by her. And you see her kind of blush a little bit, and then he kind of turns and offers her a gift. And when she opens it up, it is a very intricately carved necklace. And we'll ask to put it on her, and she does, blah, blah, blah. And you notice that he is also wearing one that looks exactly similar to what she is wearing. Yeah, that's a lot of talking. And then, I guess it's desserts and some more partying, and then we'll have like a little band come out. And while this is happening, Kyra comes up to the three of yous, or is maybe Kamos probably would have come down by now. The four of yous, and ask where the little one is.
I will look around and I will shrug and say, I have no idea.
Is he really he really doing this on a night like this?
What do you mean?
He does what he wants.
I'm sure he's with us in spirit at least.
He better not be up to any of his shenanigans.
I'll say he probably is.
What about... And she'll kind of... her eyes will kind of glower a little bit. What about the weird one?
Oh, you mean Steve?
Yes, the weird one.
He vanished. He said he had some business to attend, and he left behind his pet, and we haven't seen him. I think he left town.
And she'll reach into her bag and pull out a gray book and write her name down and write in it a little bit.
Arcadia's with us?
Yes, you notice that she has bathed in her leather armor, has cleaned and her
Oh, yes.
weapons with gray shine.
And then Kyra also kind of smell and... Why do you smell like Heracles, Demetrius?
So I bought the wrong perfume.
And you'll see Heracles and Atalanta across like the way, and they're just sitting there, and they're having a jolly old good time too. And people are coming up and they're just chatting, and you see Atalanta kind of look over it in y'all's general direction and kind of give slight smiles every once in a while.
I'll say, But I have good news for you, Kyra. I've also gotten a sponsorship from the perfume shop, and they also want my musk.
Well, hopefully they don't bottle it as Heracles.
Indeed, I'm sure that you will be the #1 customer, right?
Ew. Alright. And is there anything like y'all wanted to particularly do during this time?
I would like. Oh no, I will wait until the audience with Prosimena.
Okay. Anyone?
Arcadia just looks at this lord up and down. Well, she's just, because she knows that her half sister is interested in him. She just kind of wants to check him out.
I'll lean down to Arcadia and say, "What a fancy, right? You don't like that type, do you?"
He says, "I don't trust them."
No, me neither. He's far too pretty.
Yes, indeed, he's tall, dark, and handsome. And I wouldn't say skinny, but he's not built up at all, if you will.
I say, I wonder if I take him in a brawl, will Nora marry me instead?
And Cairo will say, "Well, he offers a little bit more than he could, not to be mean."
I suppose you're right. I'm not that wealthy.
Apparently, he is lord of a land far away. Never heard of it, but apparently this is where he is from. And while y'all are kind of looking over at him, you see him kind of glance over at you, and then he holds up his hand, and that masked figure, who is standing back behind, will come up and listen and nod, and will head over in y'all's direction.
Do I hear what he said?
You do not. You are a table, kind of in a corner. But yes.
I thought I was close to their table then.
You're close to their table. I mean, so I kind of, the way I picture it, your finger food table, kind of towards the wall, and they're kind of in the center.
No, I wanted to be as close to their table so I could hear what they were saying.
I wasn't aware that's what you were trying to do.
Yep.
But that creature, the person will come up and will very coldly say that Lord Bluetaven wishes for an audience later, and then will spin on his heels and walk away. And he looks like he's, well, I guess he couldn't really be particularly looking at anyone because he's wearing a mask, but he's obviously to your group.
I'll say, guy takes his job a little bit too serious, doesn't he?
All right. Yeah, I guess if there's nothing in particular y'all were trying to do, we can kind of go towards the end of the feast, and people are starting to venture out, and one of the druids will come up and say, Prosimena wishes to have an audience with the two of you.
All right, let's go. Is just them, or can we all join?
She asks specifically for Kamos and Nicodemus.
Okay, I will insert myself, and if Arcadia wants, I will also offer insert Arcadia and say we come as a group.
He laughs. I don't think you understand. She wishes to see the two of them. She will see the two of them.
We're kind of a package here.
Yeah, we're the heroes of the Oracle, and we do everything together.
Well, if you were the heroes of the Oracle, all 6 of you would be together, yes?
Well, one of us left the group, but yes.
He's on an important side quest.
So then you don't do everything together.
Oh, listen there, smartass. Just bring us to your queen and tell her that we're all coming. I'm sure she won't mind.
You don't understand. I don't tell the queen anything. I do as she bids.
Right. Well, let's all go together. You know, we're not.
We'll take the
splitting.
blame.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's the first rule of Dungeons and Dragons is don't split the party.
Or don't turn into a statue and tell nobody about your plan.
You know what? I think that is also part of the rule. Yeah.
Okay, so the 4 of you start to walk up. Prosamina kind of glances in your direction, and you see her eyes narrow, and she looks back to that servant and gives him the look.
I will bow to her and I will say it is a great honor to meet an esteemed queen such as yourself.
And she will, in return, look at Nico and Kamos and say, "You two, the rest of you will stay."
I suppose when she says that personally, I'll stay.
Yeah, it's. I'm sorry. If there's something you need to say to me, you can say it in front of my friends.
I have no use of a wannabe Amazon and a horse. Sorry.
It's been great talking to you then.
And she will kind of nod. Okay.
I'll put my hand on Kama's shoulder and say it's not worth it. Just
Are you sure?
yeah. I made that mistake once with that stupid salamander. This is your destiny. Just talk to her.
Okay.
Nico's eyes widened when Demetrius says that. He's like, "Well, okay then."
And
And he
then I look
nods his
at
head.
what about Arcadia?
She said she had no use for a wannabe Amazon.
Oh no, I didn't. And I know that's what.
Oh.
Persephone.
Oh.
But what? I'm looking at Arcadia now to see because I'm not kicking her out. If she wants to stay, I got her back. Oh, is she not even online at this point?
No, I just got kicked off, but I'm here. But she just looks at her and is biting her tongue because she recognizes her. Just a reminder, we did find out about this person, and she is the Heart Dryad, and she teaches the druids how to live in harmony with Thylea, and it is thought she can commune directly with Thylea herself. So she's incredibly powerful. She's an ancestor of Demetria's and is far stronger and older than Demetria. So Arcadia remembers this and is holding her tongue.
But are you staying or are you going?
No, she's staying with Demetrius.
Okay,
At
because
this
Demetrius
point,
is going.
Yeah, Demetrius is telling Kamos to just go without him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We're the ones leaving you guys behind. Okay, got
Yes.
it. Yeah. All right, so we leave our friends behind and go talk to the queen.
And at this point, the clock makes a little bong, and Corbin's like one of those statue guys on his break, and he walks over to Demetrius and offers him the bowl of cheesy potatoes.
I'll take the bowl and begin eating out of it and say, "Where the hell have you been?"
I was trying to get close to the new guys to see what I could learn, but I didn't learn very much.
You just asked them.
Yeah, they're really friendly. Wait, I'm not there.
And I'll transform back into myself.
I'll say, you do things in a weird way, Corbin. I don't know how they did things 500 years ago, but
And I will sniff and go, why do I smell Heracles?
why does everyone know how that man smells? I'll say, I bought the wrong fucking perfume, alright?
First fist, now Heracles.
Well, at least Heracles supposedly smells good, so...
Alright. So, when they head off, Corbin, Demetrius, Arcadia, Pythor will tell you to pull up. You can tell that he is actually very sober. He is just drinking something from a glass, but he is sober, and ask you how you are enjoying the feast.
I'll say,
no.
it's a great feast, the food is good.
Yes. Even the cheesy potatoes, yes?
Especially the cheesy potatoes.
Good. Now, I have a question. Where is the weird one? I have something for him.
He vanished.
I believe he has left the quest. He had other things to do.
Why did he leave his pet and from behind he will pull out Billy?
No one knows for sure, but maybe he was going someplace dangerous. He did not want to take him.
Well, you can take him back. He got caught, and don't want him to get killed.
Doing what?
He was in the kitchen eating.
I will ask Billy what he's doing.
Nom nom.
I'll say, I want nothing to do with this rodent.
I will keep him as a reminder.
All right.
I think Arcadia has a liking to Billy, right?
Yes, he has comforted her in the past, but that doesn't mean she wants to be responsible for him.
So Nico and Kamos, the two of you retire with Prosamina into what's his name, Pythor's quarters, and when once the doors close, she kind of finally, she kind of like not deflates, but it's kind of like the posture and like she just kind of lets it all go. And we'll say I do apologize for the rigidity, but I fear that we are being watched, and not everything can be, not everything is as it looks. And she fears that the whole party is in danger, but the two of you most especially, because you are the crazy magic users.
Crazy.
Well, you're the magic users.
Self is mostly sane.
Fair enough. So she'll look at Kamos and say, the reason why I asked mostly the two of you is because I had a chat with Demetria. And she has revealed some information related to the two of you. Kamos, your destiny is to die by the workings of Lutheria. Don't know how, or don't know why, don't know when. I suggest for you to go and seek out the Fates. They will know more.
Oh, I'm doomed. Right. That's tragic news. I'm trying to grapple with all this, but where are the, I feel silly. I'm like grappled by this news. I don't know where the Fates are.
They are on the island of the Fates.
Is that in the Sea of the Fates, near the coast of the island near the Fates?
All I know is that the Ultros will be able to take you there.
Ultros.
Yeah, that's
that
like the
ship.
the ship.
With the compass.
It does not exist anymore. It's long gone.
Ah, that was where you are wrong, my dear druidic friend. It still exists.
Yeah.
But it is rumored to be haunted by him.
In who?
The one who started all this mess in the first place.
Corbin! No?
Not Corbin. Esther.
No.
Would
Esther.
yeah
Esther.
yeah
Esther.
Esther
Esther
Archelander.
Archelander.
Oh, Esther the molester. I know.
Yes. Last resolution of the famous. But yes, the Ultros still exists, and it is rumored to be haunted by Esther.
You know where he might be haunting it?
I do not, but I am certain his last descendant would know.
Oh, who is his last descendant?
Is King Acostus of Mirtros.
Funny, we were just thinking about going there.
I would highly suggest checking it out. I know that Nico here, before he came to train with us, that he was from there.
It's correct.
Now, you, Nico. About you. I know that your the artifacts of your family is in the possession of the Amazon Queen on the island of Themis. But be warned, she is less than pleasant from what I am told.
It's a good thing we have an Amazon in our party.
Arcadia. Yes, I have heard of her.
Why such the sigh? She is a good person.
Yes, that she is. But she is also haunted by her own issues. But, and before I forget, Nicodemus, I do have this artifact for you. And she will pull out a locket. And you recognize it. You recognize it, but you're not 100% certain you know where it's from. You just know that it belong. Oh God, I'm trying to think how to put this in words. You know you recognize it, you just don't know who owned it. But you know that it is important. And then she will hand it to you.
Okay. And he takes it and he examines it. Is there anything written on it, inscribed?
You see your family's crest on it.
Now, it's a locket. Does it open?
It does.
And what does Nico see inside of it?
You see a very handsome dwarf woman. And when you open it, you get some sobbing and crying in your head, which is a feminine cry. And it says, Nico, please don't do that. And it just kind of repeats over and over again.
Nico immediately shuts it and closes his eyes and squints them really hard. He's trying to remember, but I don't think anything comes to him.
That is correct.
But his heart is breaking,
Yes.
for he just can't remember.
And Prosimina will apologize for bringing that on you. But perhaps, again, the fates might be able to reveal some more.
It's okay. In time, I'll figure this out.
I wish I could tell you more, but I've been instructed that this is your journey to learn. And then she'll say, now do you have any questions for me by chance?
Yeah. There's this young lord traveling with you. A good-looking fellow. I've suddenly forgotten his name. I'm embarrassed.
Lord Bluetaven.
So he is smitten with one of the daughters of Pythor.
Yes, he came not too long ago from the island, or from the land of Barovia, and he had an interaction with Honora when she was, I guess, apparently disguised as somebody else, and he was immediately smitten with them. She was smitten with her, and now he is here to ask for her hand in marriage.
Okay. How did they meet? I'm like, it seems so fast. She seemed like such a free spirit up till now.
Oh, she was, from what I've been told, she was in the woods one day picking flowers and doing. She was hanging out with some unsavory characters, and Bluetaven was with his entourage and ran into her, and they chit-chatted, and that's kind of all I have been told.
Okay. And so I wanted to ask about that. Yeah, this might have been a great time to use the Zone of Truth, but then again, I don't think I wanted to insult a queen like a god queen like this. What else? You got anything, Nico?
Nico will ask, now, you've captured Demetria, from what I hear.
That is correct.
There's no chance of her escape?
Not unless she can break through my power.
I'm destined to face her in battle. Or some sort of confrontation. Eventually, I'll have to make my way to the Old Wood and see her.
Well, I will just say this. If and when you come, we would love to have you back, but I pray thee that you get a little bit more powerful.
I had a feeling of such.
She is very, very strong.
Well then, I believe that's all I have
I
to
pull
ask.
out this book that I've been This is a book I've been dragging around with me. It's something that Demetria turned a person named Ophelia into this book, and it's like, I don't think Ophelia, or it was Ophelia, right?
Yes.
It's like I'm hearing bad things about her, but I'm still, I can't bring myself to destroy the book. You want to take a look at it?
Yes, please. I will happily look at this book, see if it is indeed what you say.
Yeah, I'm right.
All right, so she'll take the book and kind of, I wouldn't say recoil, but is obviously displeased by it, and open it and start looking through and say, this is indeed a disgusting book on how to make mayonnaise. With your permission, I would take this and take care of it.
I'd like to make an intuition check to see if I think this woman can be trusted.
Okay.
Let me see, skills. I'm sorry, I'm looking at insight, intimidation, investigation. I thought there was a stat called intuition. Am I thinking of something wrong?
It would be insight.
Oh, duh. Thank you. I'm dropping it into the tower.
Alright, you get the sense she might be not telling you everything, but you don't like she's not telling you everything, but she appears to be trustworthy, if that makes sense.
So I just straight up tell her that. It's like, I want to trust you, but I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
And she'll say, of course there's stuff I don't tell you. This book, if it is in the wrong hands, could destroy essentially the world and turn everyone into maenads, or all the females into maenads, and the males into goatlings, which I have been told that some of your friends have taken a liking to.
That's kind of why I'm a little bit skeptical to let go of the book, too.
Well, who else would you have protected? Certainly not yourself. If, say, Demetria, for instance, were to get out, or Lord Sidon or Lady Estoria were to get this book, they could certainly do a lot more damage with it than you could with good.
Would you like to destroy it with me right now?
Very well.
Okay. I'm gonna make an arcane check and see if I got an idea of the easiest way to destroy this, or the safest way. Dropping it into the tower.
Okay, yeah, you get the, you know that you could use pretty much just kind of like toss it into a fire with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, which I can't think of the ingredients off the top of my head, but you could destroy it if you wanted to. And then you also hear that in your head.
I glance a quick look at Nico, see if he has an opinion on this.
He shakes his head.
Okay.
Destroy it? I don't
And I
want
destroy
it.
and it's not going to explode on me, is it? When I destroy it, or what?
She'll say, not that I'm aware, it's just a book bound in human skin.
Alright, and I destroy it.
Alright. Toss it into the fire, add some of this, add some of that, and you see the book burn up.
I'm going to give it a good long pause to see it turn to ash.
Alright. And eventually, 5-10 minutes it does. I'll say once you do toss it into the fire, you hear screaming, and then sobbing, and then nothing.
Okay. Well,
And
that's over with.
And then she'll look at you and say, are you satisfied?
I get a stick or the poker for the fire, and I want to see it, like it's complete ash in there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Good. Now, my suggestion: be safe out there.
I'm sorry, your suggestion what?
Be safe out there. And don't trust everyone that you meet and know.
I wanna challenge Heracles to arm wrestle.
Let's finish with Kamos and Nico first, so then we can do this.
Yeah, but I think we're done here. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So when you come back, there's like a crowd gathered around Mithrius and Heracles, and he has challenged him to an arm wrestling.
And Heracles, of course you're going to challenge me once I'm intoxicated because you couldn't beat me when I'm sober. Of course.
Already making excuses, Heracles. I expected better from you.
Of course you do. You're a horse.
Well, let's see who would win, a horse or a legendary hero like you.
All right. Roll just a straight strength. Heracles is going to do his with a disadvantage. I don't have his stat block, but he would.
I will
have
use inspiration on mine.
All right. I'm not going. I don't have his stat block, but he has a +4 to his strength.
Okay.
So he would get 24. Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 220. So 24 against a 22. He rolled a 22.
Okay, well, at least it's a close match then.
It is. Yeah, it goes back and forth for a minute. And you can see Atalanta start to glower at Heracles, and he's like, oh shit. And then he uses the rest of his strength to finally take you down.
Corbin will go over to him and say, "Wow, that was mighty, but I bet you couldn't muck out his stables."
Why would I want to muck out his stables? Though he does smell like me, so maybe.
Nice one, nice one.
I'll say close, but I must not be feeling my best today. Next time I'll beat you.
Yes. Next time, make sure you wear more of my scents. That is what is giving you that power.
If you must know, I was meaning to buy Atlanta scents, but the shopkeeper made a little mistake.
Atalanta looks at you and, why the hell would you want to smell like me? That's weird.
I've always found you to be a good smelling woman.
And she looks at you. Ew. No chance at all.
What a shame! I've just got a sponsorship to sell my own smell to the same store that sponsors you two.
Well, congrats. Now when you get a sponsor to all the stores in all the cities, then we might have a rivalry.
In time.
But you smell like Heracles.
Yes, well, mistakes happen.
And then Heracles will say, you will be at the Great Games, yes?
Of course. It will be my ultimate chance to finally beat you once and for all.
Yeah, you have no chance, my friend.
That's what you said earlier, but I had a pretty good chance right here.
It's because you got me after I am intoxicated.
Yes, well, I've been partying all night as well.
But you are not intoxicated.
So you say.
Oh, I can smell if people are intoxicated, and all I smell is me.
I will laugh and I will walk away.
Corbin has tried to learn about the guest's homeland, and he goes around playing some songs I think that they would like.
Okay. Do you try and go up and talk to like Honora and Bluehaven?
Yes.
All right. Once you start going up there, you see that masked figure kind of reach behind and kind of like unsheath the sword, but doesn't like fully draw it. And the Lord will kind of hold up his hands and will say, "You may come up, my friend. You may come up. Where is your lady companion as well? I wish to also chat with her."
Do I see Arcadia around?
Is Arcadia around?
Where she's waiting with Demetrius, is that nearby?
Yes.
Yeah, then I'll wave you over.
Okay. And I walk over.
And
While
you'll
she's walking over, I'll look at the guy in black and I'll look at his sword and I'll say, compensating for something?
he does not respond to you. And Arcadia, once you start coming up, Honora will jump up, and she will, even if you try to like push her, she's going to force herself to give you a hug and say, sister, come at once and meet him.
Okay, I don't resist her hug, although I kind of look really stiff and slightly uncomfortable, but I go with her.
And she will drag you over, and he will stand up, and he's fairly tall, like 6'3", 6'4". He just has that handsome vibe to him, and he kind of gives you both a slight bow and asks you to sit. And he will start talking and ask you guys some questions about where you are and where you come from and about your quest. Crickets.
And she looks at him and she says, well, right now my immediate quest is to make sure my sister won't be harmed.
And he kind of like cocks his head and, what do you mean harmed? I would never harm lovely Honora. She's the love of my life.
And she says, good to know.
Yeah, I would never ever dream of harming her. And as he's you'll see, he's also, I point out, he's also eating and drinking.
I'm gonna look around for the desserts and offer him some pie.
I'll talk to Casey and Nora, and I'll say, yeah, well, it will be sad to see you go, Casey.
And you see her blush a little bit, and she says, well, I'm not leaving yet, but I will miss our rendezvous.
Indeed, I would like to have perhaps one last talk before you leave.
Of course, but
possible.
I'm not leaving anytime soon yet. But my father still has to agree to this, and I did say if we two are to be married, that we must be married in Estoria.
Understandable. Fortunately, our destiny will soon take us to Mitros. I hope that I can be back on time for your wedding, but if not, this will be our last night in the city.
No, you must come to the wedding. All of you must come to the wedding.
I will try. Just can you inform us, perhaps via letter or something?
Yes, I will use Hermes, the messenger Hermes.
Very well. We'll try to make it if we can.
Yes, well, he has Hermes has set up a new fast route called Nikkei, and he can get back and forth super fast.
Nice.
Did I detect that Lord Lutehaven was telling the truth, or what feeling do I get from him when he says he would never harm Honora?
You get the sense that he is being very earnest.
Earnest meaning honest?
Yes. Like he is like wholeheartedly like enamored with Honora.
Okay, you can see Arcadia was slightly relaxed.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Honora says, well, Mr. Arcadia or Demetrius, you see her blush a little bit, And she slightly shakes her head no.
And Amicius will laugh and pat her on the shoulder and says, I wish you all the best, and hopefully I will see you again at the wedding.
Very well. And Blue Taven will look at Arcadia and say, now, my love, she says that you are from a distant land as well. What kind of land is that?
I come from the island of Themis.
The island of Themis. Is that very tropical land?
Not really. It is mountainous.
I've never seen great beaches before. I wish to see them one day before we head back to Barovia.
She says not too many people make it over there. We're fairly isolated. It's rare that for Amazons even to be over here.
And how did you come to be here?
I took a ship, and it took a month.
So it is possible to sail here then.
It is, but I should warn you that my people do not take kindly to visitors.
I see. Well, maybe we should not go, because my servant Silas here, he is very... I'll just say that he does not take kindly to people who try to harm me.
Neither do I, so I understand him.
Yes, he's he's a strange one. He never removes his mask. I've only seen it a couple times, and he's been with me ever since he was a child. But I digress. I do apologize for keeping your attention this whole time.
She says, take good care of Honora.
I will, and we please ask that you please attend the wedding. If Lord Pythor here, of course, allows it to happen.
If I am free, I will.
And Honora says, no, not if you're free. You have to be my maid of honor. You have to stand next to me.
Arcadia kind of sighs and says, I will do my best.
Awesome. Please, how long are you going to be here? When are you going to head out next? Because I'm sure, greats, heroes, oracle, all that jazz. When are you going to head out?
We leave in the morning.
The morning? Oh my god. Arcadia, what is your dress size?
She says, I'm just going to wear what I'm wearing.
No.
I will shake my head as well. Oh no, that's not acceptable, Arcadia. You will gravely insult your sister in this court. You must wear a dress.
She says, I don't know what size I am, but I'm 5'10" and I weigh 145 pounds.
And she'll look around and look you up and down and I think I can just do this myself. But fine. But you must wear a dress. I will let Hermes know when you will get a wedding invitation. Where are you heading to next?
Mitros.
Mitros. If you go, please seek out Valis. She's very, and she'll kind of blush again. She's fun. Just be nice to her, because she doesn't take as much shit as my father does.
And she says that's what Volkan said.
My grandpa, yes, he's also, yeah. Just be sure, just be nice, especially the weird one. Tell the weird one not to try to do anything, weird. I think it's time for me to retire for the evening. Yeah, because yes. Oh god. And she'll stand up. Bloodhaven will stand up, and they'll kind of give their nods and start to head out. And Pythor makes sure that Bloodhaven knows that they are staying in separate bedrooms for the night. And Honora will say, "But Dad." Yeah. If you guys don't have anything else, I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Yes, I will just play them some songs on their way out.
I guess we're heading to Mitros tomorrow.
All right. Corbin, actually, everyone who's still in the room, give me a perception.
Okay.
Damn, I quit just too
shit.
soon. Hold on.
I can roll yours, Arcadia.
Forgot to put mine in the tower.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Let's see. Where's her perception? Blah, blah, da, 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 da. All right. So Arcadia, I've rolled yours. Arcadia and Nico. Nico, especially you, as they're departing. You kind of look back and kind of in the corner, you get a glimpse of somebody who looks a lot wearing. She looks like she's wearing armor very similar to Arcadia's. Actually, you were there. Yeah, you were there for. Yeah, you know her. You fought against her.
Oh, in the little square in front of where they sacrificed those animals to Sidon.
Correct. Yeah.
We fought them there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you recognize her.
I will play the song, of course, upon seeing her.
Let's see, what did you roll anyways? You rolled a 6, so you don't see her.
But when we're are we walking right now? I think or
the two of them were leaving. I don't know if you guys were going to head out to.
I'm going to make my way towards Arcadia and just see someone I recognize, someone from your island.
And she says, "Yes, I see her too." And she's going to start walking towards her. And then I have to go, so I guess we'll pick this up when I get back.
That's a perfect spot because that's exactly where I was going to stop it anyways.
Cool. Oh, no battles.
Thanks, everybody.
All role play today. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. So next week we'll have a little chats with Ileana and possibly head off to Mitros. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Good game today.
Yeah, it was all roleplay. I love it. But all right, stream. Oh, and Dan won't be here next week, will you?
That is correct. I'll likely not be here. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like in Italy or some shit. I hate you.
It's possible that I actually might be, but it really depends on the situation.
No, it's your family reunion or something like that. Just it's understandable. It's all good.
Right. See ya
Later. But
All
yeah,
right, take care, everyone.
right. So thanks, stream, for hanging out. That was fun. All roleplay today, which is kind of odd, especially for me, with groups like that. Because normally we always like to have fights and shit like so. Yeah, but it was fun. So my next stream will actually be next Sunday as well for this one, session 26, Odyssey of the Dragonlords. We'll see what happens. Possibly head to a major city and actually get the game started. This little Estoria is kind of like the beginning level if you play like The Witcher or something like that. just to give you a sense of like how massive this world is. I think I still have a picture somewhere. Yeah, no, that's Astoria. No, we went this one. Yeah, see how big this bloody thing is, and they're kind of like right there right now. Oh no, they're right here. It's a big ass map. Anyways, so yeah, session 26. We'll get the game started in earnest, and yeah, thanks. If you want to catch up on past episodes, this game will be up sometime tomorrow on YouTube. There's the YouTube channel. And until then, thanks. Have a good night. And I gotta push this button.